Hello and welcome to the 7-day weekend. We share with you some of the ideas in which you could your work life as enjoyable as your non-work life, if you may put it that way. Or why do you need to stress so much at work? I mean, how can you get to be more productive or as productive as you would like without really feeling too overstretched? So can we really be extremely productive and feel powerful, calm, composed? Well, that's what we are here for. In practice, a lot of times we talk about empathy, but we're just giving it lip service. We say, well, it's so important to put yourself in other people's shoes. And yeah, that's important, shoes. But hey, do you really do that? Practice and do you do it in the right way? How many times have some of our processes that we have designed for people, designed for better performance, but those systems, those processes have failed miserably? McKinsey did this survey and they came out with this real staggering statistic that 70% of transformations in organizations fail. Excuse me. I mean, that means that out of every 10 things that you're trying to do new and different, I mean, whether it's to do with restructuring or bringing some new people, it's to do with, seeing where I can change the performance management system. I want to change the reward system. I want to see how I can shift the way in which we are having our people sell. We want to bring a new software there that will support us. Out of every 10 things that I want to change, seven fail. Wow, that's quite a bit in terms of time, energy, effort, and money. So, what is it that is going wrong here, and how can we really help it? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's called empathy. There's one thing that'll help us. Now, empathy in practice, which is when I'm coming to this particular stage of trying to understand what the problem is, do I really empathize with people? Which is, do I really get behind their shoes and really get a sight of what is it that they are experiencing and how can I understand the problem better? So many a times we kind of do that pretty well, but I try and understand the problem and I think I've got the hang of the problem. And then immediately I come back and say, okay, that's the problem. Here's a solution. And I'm this guy who knows it all and who has this wonderful intellectual capacity. And so I have solutions to problems. I'm the manager, I'm the senior manager, I'm the director, I'm the CEO. And so what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to give solutions. I'm supposed to give answers. I'm supposed to really see how I can be that problem solver. Hey, stop. That's not empathy. You just don't get the problem, understand it, and then go to solution. No, you kind of have the state of empathy all the way through to that solution stage as well. So you believe you got the problem, go back and try and understand, hey, is this really the problem? Or is this something I've missed out? And when you really have an absolutely clear, fantastic, brilliant idea of what the problem is, don't start giving solutions. Stay with the people who you're trying to solve the problem with or for, and try to understand if you can ideate solutions with them. So, fantastic. Make them a part of team that's going to do the brainstorming with you. See how you can say, all right, let's try and see what are some of the probable ways in which we can find solutions to this problem that we have over here. Here's our goal. Here is where we are. How do we get there? So, can you be with them in that process? Well, that's the second part of expanding and extending empathy. But then don't just get those ideas from them and then jump into your own solution finally. But no, stay with them. See if you can prototype some prototyping, get them to have some sort of a res experience solution before you go full on and give them the solution. So we have a prototype and then we test it. These are some very important places when we're really empathizing. It means that I'm really listening to you, I'm with you, I'm solving for you, and I'm solving with you. And then when you have this particular prototype, you, as I said, you test it. And when you're testing these things, there may be a lot of ideas that you put there, but hey, you know what? Don't get defensive when they come back and tell you this doesn't work, it stinks. It's come on, I don't think that's the best way to go forward. Don't get defensive. Don't get to just justify why you actually came up with a solution. But listen, when you get feedback, you got to just listen. Listen and take what they have to give you. Because many times people don't give us feedback. The moment we go and show them some sort of a solution that we've thought about, maybe with them, they might just come and say, well, yeah, it's nice, it's good. We can go ahead. But deep down inside, they don't really feel comfortable and they don't like to share that with you because they know that you're not a person who can take feedback well. They know that if they give you feedback, you're this person who would take spite on them, who would feel a little bit hurt, who would feel very discouraged, and you kind of don't want to take anything further after that. So if you're going to be like that, it's not a very good idea. So learn to just take that feedback, listen to them, and then, hey, you know what? After you do the testing, then you really know that once you've done the testing with the audience who you're going to actually design this particular new transformation for, it's going to really work now. So remember, when we're changing, when we're bringing certain important transformations in organizations, that they need not be big transformations, but small changes we're bringing in. Well, it affects people. And if I could be a little empathetic and I could be with these people who are going to be affected all the way through till, they really sense that, yeah, wow, this is a change that we will go together with. The fact that you've empathized with them has one massive advantage, which is since they're part of it, you get some of the best ideas, but also there's a lot of buy-in from it. From the very word go, you've had them with you, you've taking them along, and any shock the moment you launch it, and some people go like, oh no, this is not what we expected. Hey, what's happening over here? They've been a part of the process because you've exercised something called empathy. So imagine how easy things are going to be in life, in the organization, if you were to just exercise empathy. I mean, it would be so easy to bring processes. I mean, I had a session about 2 weeks ago with a group of executives. These are all HR executives, and they were doing a very important management course with Pearson. And so I got an opportunity to share with them this particular role of empathy in every stage of designing systems and processes for people. And we actually did a sprint, and we took some live problems and we said, okay, now here's the problem you got to solve, but I want you to empathize at every stage of the design process. Believe me, when we finished the sprint, they were like, wow, wow, this is no rocket science, Prakash, but definitely creates a wow factor because it's so important for us to keep the people that we are designing for, to keep the people that we want to bring changes for, to keep the people who I want better performance from part of the entire process till I really have that solution. And it's having such a massive impact when we just keep them along with us. And that was such a big takeaway. They were so, I would say, pleased with the whole process. So empathy is so important. It makes life so easier. I mean, you would not be so stressed because it's not your agenda. You want to make things better for everybody. And who are those everybody? Can you just empathize with them, bring them on board, and make them a part of the whole process? You see, when you know how to do it well, and if you really have trust in the organization, you're going to get some amazing results. Is that going to help you enjoy your days in the workplace? Of course, you would. You would really enjoy the 7-day weekend. And so we go on and speak more about what else we can do to enjoy ourselves, to relax, to really see if I could unwind whilst I'm in the workplace. So I don't have to wait for those days when I have the weekends or those days when I have the vacations. So today's a Monday. When you start doing these things, you don't have the Monday blues. You're going to enjoy the Monday beauties. Adios and see you next Monday.